Welcome to the Sports Radio Music Show with me, the Gabby Cabby, on Sports Radio Birmingham with my two brothers, Kalik and Andy Bennett, at the Brown Lion, Birmingham, in the heart of the Jewellery Quarter. Guys, how are you?
Alright man, but we still haven't been able to get any diamonds. We've been early here. We've tried, me and Andy, because it's hard being musicians. But they've got so much security around here. So much, and they've blocked off the tunnel, so our getaway exits have all been... I mean, Andy's a wicked getaway driver between you and me, but we've not been able to get any stones. So on that front, we're not very happy.
Can I just say...
I mean stones, rocks, I'm on about diamonds, you know what I mean?
I have seen so many diamonds inside that Brown Lion, and with all that you two guys do, you're different class. And I mean that, because both of you, in your own right, are superstars. I've heard the new stuff. Do you know, I love so many artists that I'm linking up with. No. But you two are up with the best that I've ever heard, and your new stuff blows me away, both of you. I've heard your stuff, and I've watched you recently perform at Sutton Park. You actually had the audience in the palm of your hands. They were dancing, baby.
Cheers,
and your music, Andy, that you've just played to me, I said to you, you can release that like that, because that's as good as anything I've ever heard in my life.
Bless you.
Thank you.
That's really nice, thank you.
So tell me about the Brown Lion, and tell me about what you do, because it's not just here, you're all over Birmingham. So I want to hear your story, your words, and a little bit about your career as well.
Right, okay, so started the Brown Lion probably about 2.5 years ago now, on my Jack Jones. That's on my own, for anyone that doesn't know any Cockney rhyming slang. And then about 6 months into it, I remembered my old mate Kalik, who I used to work on the cruise with, unloading Mariah Carey's trucks, 9 Arctic wagons of wardrobe and stuff like that, and putting truss together and hanging the lights off.
And Paul McCartney's.
I didn't do Paul, unfortunately. But, never mind. So I met him like that, and then so I remembered him and thought, I wonder how he's getting on. I invited him down, and he became, like a sort of a partnership in these kind of open. They're not really open mic. They are open mics, but they're more like a jams, because you get a lot of musicians come down rather than singers as well. You get sax players, harmonica players, drummers, percussionists, piano, everything.
Of musicians.
There you go. You learnt that from.
It's like an
I'll tell you where you got that.
song,
3 amigos.
I did as well.
The plethora.
A plethora. Huh?
Yeah.
But it is like an orgy of music, because one of you starts and then others just join in.
That's
and
true.
It takes it somewhere else, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's really good. It's really good, yeah.
And
I'm really happy with it. And
you have Stu Jennings that turns
Stu
up.
Jennings, he's on right now.
Somebody was just on
Unfortunately,
about him saying, I remember when he used to look at his shoes.
Yeah.
Hasn't he come a long way?
Yeah.
Just
all of them have. Everybody that performs here has come on so much. It's
and
great.
that's one of the key things about this place when Andy invited me.
Yeah.
We hardly get to play anymore. We'd rather, rather the up and, we'd rather people come down and have a jam. We want to get everybody that comes to have a go. So we try and, when we let them do as much as they like, we try and let them do as much as they like. I mean, we're having to limit it nowadays because there's that many people turn up to play, you see.
Yeah.
So, but that's really great, you know what I mean? There's more and more singers coming down, and more people, players coming down who like to play with, and they never get to go on. But
that side of it has been absolutely phenomenal, what he's saying now. And recently, it's not just been recently, over the last 3 or 4 months, a lot of people have been saying, your sets have been cut down short. And at first, nobody really minded, because they can see the vibe of the place and what we're doing. And because Andy's been writing new stuff, and I have, and he's been recording his album, and I have, and people are a little bit intrigued, and they want you to. So today, Andy's doing a full half-an-hour set. Well, his full set's probably 2 hours, but he's got enough stuff. But he's going to do a half-an-hour set that'll just be mouth-watering. Then I'm going to do one, give the punters, they've come, that little bit of extra. Because last week, it was so bloody it was busy.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, when we got round to putting people on, there was like, it was never ending. It was like, where are these coming from? We put one on and another one. It was about 10 or 11 acts. But it just shows that what we're doing as a partnership, what we deliver with our music, on our own, the solo people, and together, really does work. And it really does give everybody who comes this buzz to do a little bit more.
And you're doing other stuff. I mean, you do it at the Acres as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, where are you Tuesdays?
Tuesdays at the moment it's every other week at the another Crown club actually.
Yeah.
But it's in Alton. It's getting there. It's getting really good. It's getting there. You know, it's only been the second time, so it's not happening tomorrow. It'll be happening next week, which will be it won't be happening tomorrow, which will be the 22nd. So it'll be the week after that.
I'll be
27th.
honest, if this broadcast goes out by the 27th, you got more chance of him turning up in a Biscuit Boys studio. And Thursday nights, are you still in Sutton?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not. We were at the Crown on Thursday nights.
Oh, right, okay.
The Crown, but we alternate it between the Shard End one and the Crown Pipe Hayes one, which used to be called the Forget Me Not. But I think we're going to, and I think I'll say this, I think we're just going to make stay at Shard End because the punters at Shard. To be honest with you, there's more punters than aren't the music. For some reason, it just ends up being Khalik and myself playing for the whole time we're there, which is great because that gives us our chance.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, we don't get as much chance these days to play at the Brown Lion, but we get a lot of time at the Crown to play, and a lot of people turn up to that just to watch us, which is great.
Tell me about that new one you've got for the Sunday starting at.
What do you mean? That's us. That's both of us. It's So
That's
Alfie
nice.
Birds, the Custard Factory.
Okay.
There's going to be a new jam day starting on Sunday, the 3rd of August. I think it's the 3rd of August. If Sunday's the 3rd of August. If anybody's out there listening, they want to come down, bring their instruments or bring their
First
voices
one's in
and
the
that.
loft, Maz said, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you spoke to her.
Yeah, I spoke to
great.
her
Then
today,
there you
so
go. Then
that-
the first one.
So that's another one. So these are ones where we'll play our own little sets, but it's about getting the other musicians to come and play and progress and get into, and that's great. And obviously the weekends we do our own proper gigs, you know, like get out there and play our gigs and play our stuff out. But this kind of stuff that we've been doing, it allows us to work on our own stuff.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? 1 minute you're like, and you'll give it, listen to this. I mean, he taught me 4 wicked chords the other day. I have to say, Mr. Bennett
Taught
did.
you a few tonight because I was recording them.
Hey, Con. As my bass player just walking through, looking kind of dapper, Don. One of the best bass players in the country. Cornelia swing to that is, mate, I'm telling you. But yeah, it's just that nice thing and that nice vibe. Sometimes, you know, it gets a bit hard. Like, you look around and you think, it's another one. But the more you start writing your own stuff and you start... a lot of people have said, which is a bit weird, because we're different artists. He's got his stuff, I've got mine stuff. And our stuff stands up in its own right, and everybody's heard it, loves it.
Yeah, tell me
but
about
when we play together, even though we like to play together and do a few bits, we're still separate entities.
Yeah.
But when we actually play together, people actually prefer it more than when we play on our own, which is a bit of a headache, to be honest.
Tell me about the Kidderminster situation, because you're doing some gigs over there as well, aren't you? It's not just Birmingham. You're branching out a little bit further afield, aren't you?
Yeah, well, we're going to start branching out everywhere. A lot of people have asked us, but because there's only 7 days in the week, which is terrible, and Andy's a workaholic. I mean, I think he's learnt that off all his time with Steve Craddock, because he's another bloody workaholic.
Yeah,
and I love those people because they give me a kick up the arse, especially Andy. He'll do 3 gigs in a day. You get me some, and they won't be like inferior to the last gig. They'll be up there, mate. He'll nail them, and that takes some doing. I've only done 2 gigs in a day, probably once a year, and then that hurts me. So for him to be doing it regularly and getting the message out there, it's mega. The Kidderminster thing, somebody phoned us up, said, we love what you're doing at the Brown Lion and the other places. Can you come and get that vibe going in Kidderminster? So anyway, Andy says, yeah, mate, we'll pop down there. We'll do a couple of things in the Saturday, we'll go back, and then we'll start a regular Friday. Yeah. So if everything works out there, we'll be doing a regular Friday there, and then me and Andy, we're going to use that so we can go out and do our gigs, and we can put other people that we've met through all our other nights into Kidderminster and get them another market. You know, so what we like to do is wherever we go and create a market for ourselves, we bring the rest of the family in. So they all get gigs.
Superb.
They all get paid gigs. And they're lucky in a way, really, because it's just one of them. Yeah. You ain't going to put it all in.
And tell us about where you're gigging. And can you give us a little bit of a snippet of your new stuff, when it's going to be ready, when I can play it on our radio shows?
Well, hopefully it'll be ready in the next couple of weeks, really, and then I'll get your copies, and you'll be able to play it then. Yeah, no problem. Songs that you've got already. I mean, it's proper proper recorded version of Little Love.
Yeah.
And a song called Hole in the Road. And then I've got a couple of other songs that are halfway there, so I haven't really recorded. I've just recorded. I'm halfway through, so they need to be finished off. But I need to get time to get in the studio. I'm recording these at Danny McCormack's studio. He is Tony Christie and Roy Woods, MD. He's the piano player for them. He's great. I mean, he's probably the best piano player in the country. I'd say, you know what I mean. And he's a great guy. Him and Peter Grant, who's a great singer himself and a great piano player and songwriter, and they're helping me out. They're recording my stuff, producing it with me, but I'm doing it there because they've got a nice farm and it's all tranquil. It's really nice, great place to record. You're not in the city. You're not in any industrial estate or anything. There's nothing about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to drive to the nearest pub. So I mean, you have to get a couple of tinnies in if you want one of them. So, but it's just a tranquil, especially the weather lately. It's been fantastic. So it's been nice and to record with the weather so beautiful. It gives you more inspiration, doesn't it? And
I
makes
think
you
the
feel
good
a lot
weather
better.
does, don't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And nice that your sunburn's better.
Yeah,
week.
I did have a big scar on my head. Yeah, I played a charity golf match and
I've just gone like a brilliant bronze.
don't know why I played golf. It's terrible.
Are you any good at golf?
No, absolutely useless. I thought I was until I played the club owner and the pro there, and they just were whacking it like, I don't know, 300 yards straight on the green. I thought I was all right, but I was whacking it about 100 yards and then losing it from then on. I think I just walked round with them after about the third hole. And
any
then just popped it on the green
any
in
other
the 18th.
sports that, because I mean you've got the figure of a football player.
No,
I mean
you must be mad.
you look like a superstar, and I love your shoes as well, mate.
Bless
Gotta
you.
say.
Oh well, I'll give the shoes a little plug. They're really good. They are Delicious Junction shoes. These are the Terry Rawlings ones. They are phenomenal, I've got to say. Yeah.
Your shoes are nearly as good as your guitar play, mate.
Oh,
and
bless
that
you.
is off the. It's off the
That's
scale.
really nice because my shoes are bang on, I've got to say.
Yeah, they are.
Lads, I think it's about time that you went in and
Yeah.
started to
thanks.
get on there, because I'm having a bit of an early night, 'cause you keep me up all the time. You don't ever sleep.
He's pointing at Kalik, by the way, then, not me.
Well, some of us work a lot harder than the others.
But I tell you, thanks for your time. I love in what you do.
Cheers, Gavin.
And I love getting so close, watching you
Songbird
tune
will
up.
be ready in about 7 weeks.
You say that to me all the time.
It's one of them.
I want it, let's get it out.
Cost money.
That's a number one hit in every
Somebody out there wants to invest in Kalik. Probably why don't, man.
Guys, for now, thanks very much. Appreciate it. See you
Cheers,
later,
Gavin.
brothers. Cheers.
Nice one, mate.
Thank you.
Woke up this morning, baby, jumped out my coffin, days of crazy life. land of a king. Let's count to evening, baby. Look at the stars in the moonlit sky. They shine down on me, brother. We found a songbird tonight. We live for one love, baby. We live for one love, one life. Land of a king. Cheers, it's a good night for me, I'm Khalid. We're going to put somebody else down, thanks for the great audience now.
Joining me now on the Sports Radio music show, guy from Warwick, Ledge. Love the art, that's your image, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good. You've given me your CD, we're going to be playing it on the shows.
Yeah, brilliant, cheers.
What's this about getting on a train, by the way? Andy Bennett wants to produce that song.
Yeah, getting on the train. So, yeah, so it's, you know, it's going to be on the next album. You got my first album and my second album, I'm doing it now. And I play them songs like Sandra McKay, Getting on a Train, you know, Ticket to Nowhere, all them songs, I play them every week in here. And at all the gigs, you know what I mean? So, you know, Andy's sort of, he's got well into the tune. So, yeah, you know, so yeah, he's going to help me produce them.
How great is it for an artist like yourself to have a legend like Andy Bennett from Ocean Colour Sea and say, mate, I love that stuff, I want to produce it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, he's a good lad though, isn't he?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You know, he's a really good lad. And, yeah, you know, he's become a good mate, so yeah, it's good. Yeah, really, but yeah, it's an honour, really. Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit more in depth about you. As I previously said, you're from Warwick.
Yeah, I'm from Warwick.
You travel up here to the Brown Line.
Yeah.
You're synonymous with everything that these guys do.
Yeah, I mean, we'd been going around the country, sort of. We'd been going to Brighton, sort of everywhere. I mean, the best place I'd say, you know, that we'd found was Liverpool.
Yep.
Like, Liverpool was awesome. But, you know, we'd been going to London a bit, to like Camden and places like that. And I'm not sort of bad-mouthing them places, because I'm sure, you know, they've got great sort of people down there that play music. But we couldn't find anywhere that was our sort of scene.
Yeah.
And then we could, you know, Little Liam, one of my good mates, he told me, you probably know Little Liam.
Yeah, top lad, love him.
Yeah, he told me about the Brown Lion. And we come over, we walked in, and then Andy walked up to me and went, I know you, don't I? And I sort of knew him because I've been pissed up in a few pubs around him. And I was like, yeah, of course, mate. And he said, why don't you do a set? And I said, oh, well, that's what I've come for, like. And anyway, yeah, got up, done a set, and the vibe was that good with Andy and Khalik that we've just been coming back ever since.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Birmingham does seem to be on the up, really. From everywhere we've been, Birmingham seems to be the place to do it at the minute.
But there's a great camaraderie. It's like a music family in Birmingham.
It is,
live music. We've got
is.
the Jam House down the road
the
in
Jam
the town.
House.
We've got a number of different venues.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a hub. This is the connection. And Andy and Khalik are so integral.
They're causing it. Yeah, they're causing it because you know, when the atmosphere, I think, you know, like you play with a lot of people over the years, because I've been doing music 14 years, and you play with a lot of people, and a lot of it's quite pretentious. So again, I'm not bad-mouthing anybody, but then you get with these guys, and like you've just said about Andy, he's sort of where he's been playing in his life, and he wasn't pretentious at all, and nor was Khalik. And I think that's sort of, everybody sort of, you know, gets that vibe when they come in here. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it's just friendly, awesome. You know what I mean? You know, it's a great place to play, Birmingham is. You know what I mean? You know.
Also, you're doing stuff in Warwick. You did a festival not long ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, tell me about the festivals. You know, there's nothing like playing live, is there?
No, there isn't. No. The thing about live, I mean, I've done a gig Saturday night, and you could play like the week before, and nobody would turn up, and then Saturday night, you feel a little bit down about gigs when, you know, there's only a few in there, and then Saturday night, every man and his dog, everybody I knew virtually. Like there's 2 rooms in this pub. It's called the Woodlows Tavern in Warwick. And there's 2 rooms in there, and both rooms was packed, and the garden was packed. And I walked up to the gaffer and I said to him, I said, what's going on in here tonight, mate? He said, you're playing Matty Coles. Do you know what I mean? So it is nice. You know what I mean? So I think on Facebook, see, that helps. You know what I mean? And I think on Facebook and all the, you know, the sort of, you know, that sort of thing. By networking, they see that you're playing everywhere. They see that you're giving it a go, and hopefully they come out and support you.
That's absolutely such a useful bit of kit.
It is.
And a tool, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's very difficult. All the artists, and we've linked up now with over 50 within the last 10 months that we've been doing the shows.
Oh yes, brilliant. Yeah.
Everybody's saying the same. Getting it played on local radio is very difficult. The BBC are very good, I have to say, and I'll always give the big up to the BBC. But the rest, they have hours and hours and hours of broadcasting, but don't play. They don't play proper music.
That's it. Yeah, they don't play the. Yeah, I say the right music. I mean, there's only right music, but the thing is, they don't play proper music.
Exactly.
Like my sort of manager says to me, he goes like street music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, people that actually come into jams to play for free. I mean, you know, why would you want to go and see Peter Andre? Not bad mouthing him, but why would you want to go and see him?
I can.
Yeah, why would you want to go and see him play for 1,500 quid?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? You know, that's how much he's getting paid to go and play for 20 minutes in, you know, when you could come and see Andy Bennett. You know what I mean? For free. Do you know what I mean? You know, so, and, you know, and Khalik and Sammy Rogers and Little Liam and all the people, Matty Coles, you know what I mean? But, you know, and all these sorts of people, why would you want to support people like that? You know, when you've got so much homegrown sort of talent that you can go out and watch proper rock and roll.
Absolutely, and that's where, you know, music comes from the soul.
It does.
You know, that's the root of music. Where you know, you're probably having a bit of a bad day. You're pissed off about something. You get the pen up and you write something that's influenced
and
you.
It's a feeling, really. I think music. It's all a feeling. It does come from your soul. And it comes from your heart. And I mean, I've never even tried to write a song. I've just got in that mood and felt it, and then some of my best songs have come out. And I'm sure all these guys are the same. So, you know, to me, that's what it's about. You know, it's about then expressing that to people in a live sort of setup like this, and it's brilliant. I mean, that's why we were playing everywhere, and people loved it. People liked it, but it was nothing like the Brown Line and like Birmingham as a whole. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, this is a Birmingham.
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It really is. My sort of ambition in music is to sell as many records as I can and to play in front of as many people as I possibly can. And so anybody that takes you to their art, like, you know, the Brown Lion have took all us lot, you know, that we love them.
I often ask the question, writing a song in a time of happiness or sadness, what do you find comes easier, or does it just come to you?
Sadness for me, like, you know, if you hear my stuff. But I mean, you know, don't get me wrong, I've wrote a couple of happy songs, not too many, but, you know, like, I would say, you know, if you're going through a bit, you know, I don't know, you know, if it is a feeling. So if you're feeling happy, I'm sure the bloke that wrote On His Way to Amarillo probably was, you know what I mean? I mean, that was a hit, but, you know.
A bird, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely, But you know what I mean? Hopefully my songs are a bit better than that, but you know,
And the easiest way to hook up, because we mentioned Facebook, Twitter. Do you do Twitter as well?
Yeah, I do Twitter. That's Colsey35, which is a bit of a trick, because it's always hard to get your name in it online.
It is, I know,
because there's so many people. I didn't realise before the internet age that there was loads of Matty Coleses about. I'm sure you never yourself, did you? Like with yourself. But my website is matthewcolesmusic.com.
Yeah.
Go on there and have a listen. There's a couple of videos on there. Also, you know, I'm on YouTube, and just look me up, Matty Cole's Music.
And
you
it's
know.
easier just to put that in. Matty with a Y.
Yeah.
Coles.
Matty Cole's on YouTube, Matty Cole's Music. But I mean, if you go to the website, it's all there. Do you know what I mean? So the music's on there, my Facebook's there, my Twitter's there. You can just basically on the website, you can click and it goes straight to my Twitter. And if you're on your account, you can just add me straight away.
I've heard you can even Google geezer with an app that sings.
You can, yeah, too right, yeah, rock and coal star. That's what it is.
Because that's your.
It is my image now. Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a Dylan thing that I got it from. I mean, and it's a bit of a mod thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean I've always wore these hats and you know me and my Barkers and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, but I mean nobody else wears them in here. So there was plenty at Weller the other week. Like on Friday, you was at that,
great,
wasn't you? Yeah, he was great, wasn't he? So but yeah, the cat in the hat.
Yeah. And I'm guessing that obviously she's at Warwick Castle, great venue, brilliant firework display. Yeah. Paul Weller even had the moon shining on his pyjamas.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, it was fantastic, wasn't it? What a great gig. But I mean, how old is he now? And he's still banging them out.
He's 56, isn't he?
About 56, and he's still going. He's testament really to somebody that's just, really. Just does it for the love of music, I think, because I don't think he's done it for money. You know what I mean? I think he's done it because he believes in rock and roll and in tunes.
He's always wrote for himself.
Yeah,
and if people
that's important.
Like it, I think so.
That's important. I've every time I've wrote a song, I've sort of wrote about my feelings. If somebody loves it, then that's wonderful. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying that because we're talking on the radio. It's the biggest honour when somebody walks up and says, I like your song. It gets quite embarrassing sometimes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that, because you just think, well, it's great. But, nobody likes to be held up unless you're a bit of a,
Yeah, exactly.
Without swearing, you know what I mean? But, it's wonderful. You know what I mean? It's wonderful. So, it definitely, he's one of them, and he writes for himself.
And the future for Matty Coles? What have you got ahead? Because it's we're coming towards the end of the festivals.
Yeah,
and then we're looking at another soon. Have you got a tour on?
I'm just trying to do as many gigs as possible.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Trying to book as many gigs as possible. Trying to play as much as I can with Andy and Khalik.
Yeah.
And I think Big Al Harper deserves a shout out.
Okay.
Because he plays harp and he comes to all the jams and even comes to my own gigs.
Yeah.
And Andy's and everybody else's. And he's an amazing bloke. Amazing. And he's the best harp player I've ever seen. But for what I'm going to be doing in the future, I'm just going to be trying to play as much as I can everywhere. I've got loads of gigs lined up, and I'm playing a lot in Warwick and Birmingham, and I'm just going to look out for us.
Definitely.
And go on the website, and the gigs will all be on there, and on Facebook.
Brilliant. And again, another shout to your Twitter feed because it is a difficult one to remember.
It's Colsey35.
Got it.
So Colsey35. Colsey with a Z.
Right. I'm glad you says that.
Yeah,
is that your age, 35?
No, I'm 39 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so just trying to play as much as I can and get as many albums out there, get people listening, because I think it's about an audience.
Yes.
I don't think it's about record deals. I don't think it's about managers, agents. I think it's about when you walked in last week.
Yep.
Me, old mate, and heard us, and that's what it's about. It's about getting in front of people.
Yeah, it is.
And it's about an audience. It's about people listening to you, and that's what I try to do. I try to get and play as many people as I possibly can.
Brilliant. Well, I think it's time. I've just heard Andy Bennett go, Colsey, get on this fucking stage.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be playing now, but
Matty.
Thank you. Love to everybody in Birmingham.
Top draw. Cheers, Matty.
Cheers,
thanks, mate. Cheers.
Nice
one, mate.
Cheers, mate.
The legendary Brown Lion.
Joining me now, Stu Jennings. He's just come off stage, just absolutely nailed it. Callie just says to me, Gabby, he used to look at his shoes. And he's mentioned that in the interview earlier. The quietest lad I've ever had, he says, a lovely lad, but he used to get on that stage and he used to look at his shoes. The confidence wasn't particularly there when you first hooked up. Now you go on that stage as though you own that stage.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, it's just coming up here like all the while, and then playing on the other jams down the acres and stuff and that. Just playing with people like Khalik and Andy and Matty and all the other guys really and that,
How important is that? I want you to extend this conversation, because people say, yeah, right, okay, I hear what you're saying, Stu, but to get on with people like Andy Bennett and Khalik, I mean, you'll turn on the telly, you'll watch Andy like an Ocean Colour Scene, and you'll see him playing in front of thousands, and arguably from Birmingham's greatest ever band. having people like that supporting you, backing you, giving you that confidence must be like heaven.
Oh yeah, it's great, you know. But what I look at is, I don't look at the fame side of it.
Yeah.
I look at the quality musicians,
Yes.
you know, and that's what I get out of it. And or I just want to improve all the while, and playing with the likes of people like that who've got that experience.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously just going to, you know, boost my confidence in my playing and that, you know. So, you know,
So-
that's.
Tell me a bit more about Stuart Jennings. I know that you travel a long way to come to Birmingham.
Yeah, I live in Shrewsbury,
Yeah.
in Shropshire. You know, it's kind of to here, it's like a 100-mile round trip.
Yeah.
sort of 50
After work as well.
After work, yeah. But I just love it. I mean, for years, I just played at home. You know, bedroom player.
Yeah.
Thought, no way I could get up there and do that.
Yeah.
And then it was about, I don't know, it's probably about a year ago now, something like that, and I saw an advert, I think it was on Facebook or something, mentioning the Brown Lion. I thought, you know what, I'd done a few gigs in Shrewsbury, so I kind of got a bit of confidence, but, you know, not massive, but enough to come over and chance my arm.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of, first night went okay, and then asked me to come back, so I just kept coming back, and then, before you know it, here we are, you know.
So they're so welcoming as people
Oh, great,
as well,
yeah,
aren't they?
brilliant, yeah, really good. That's what I like about, you know,
Yeah.
the scene round here as well. There's no egos and nothing, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. Like for myself, coming in and then playing with great musicians, they always make you feel welcome, and they make you feel like, you know, you deserve to be here and to play, you know. And that's one of the, I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that makes me coming back.
Yeah.
You know, because of that, you know, that atmosphere.
And the harmonica as well.
And the harmonica, yeah.
You come on the stage with your guitar, you've got the harmonica on there as well.
Yeah.
It's like, you're almost like the, do you remember the old New Faces when that bloke used to come to a one-man band?
Yeah, that's it. I just need the cymbals in between my legs,
Yeah.
and the big bass drum on my back.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about some of your songs as well, your influences, because you must have done about half an hour there with you know, several of your songs. Talk me through a few of them.
Yeah, probably biggest influence is like sort of Neil Young at the moment, and people like sort of Dylan and that. I just love the old 60s stuff. Obviously, I grew up in the time when it was all your Oasis and things like that, you know, great bands, but then you start to delve into the people that they like and stuff, and then it sort of escalates from there, and that's how music kind of that's why music's so powerful, you know. It can kind of just turn you on to so many other people, and then before you know it, you're listening to people who the likes of Dylan and Neil Young used to listen to, and then, you know, and that's it. Then obviously the more you listen, the more influences.
It's like a spider's web, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go down there and then you've got summer, and then you open somewhere else, and there's something
That's it,
else,
yeah.
and then you're introduced to another style.
Yeah.
And what happened when you started tonight? And I'll tell you what, I've got to say to you, I love it because you're left-handed as well, the same as me. You're the only one that's left-handed in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it is awkward, but you know, you can't borrow other people's guitars, but then again, they can't borrow mine, can they?
And is it more difficult learning the guitar being left-handed, or did you buy a left-handed guitar and learnt it that way?
I just bought a left-handed guitar, or I bought an old sort of acoustic, one of these cheapo acoustics, you know, you get, and I just restrung it the other way. I naturally picked it up left-handed, so I didn't sort of force myself to play right-handed, which I sometimes think would have been a good thing, because there's a lot more, you know, the guitars are easier to get hold of, you know, especially if you're buying sort of older ones and that. But just something I've stuck to, and you know.
Do you read music as well, or do you play it by ear? Because a lot of musicians these days pick it up by ear and look at the chords and start learning the chords. And I love the closeness of watching you guys, and you go, just work this out here, and you're all learning it, and all these different guitars that come out. It's fantastic.
I suppose a lot of, I don't know, I suppose kind of subconsciously it's like, it's by ear, but I don't know, I used to sort of learn off sort of tablature, which is kind of like, you got 6 lines and then numbers on, and they kind of replicate the the fret numbers and the strings and what string you're on, and that's how I kind of learned to play a lot of songs. But I can't read proper music, and I don't think a lot of people can really.
No, I did say I think these days it is by listening and by ear and just playing.
That's it. Yeah.
And playing live. You can't beat playing live at venues.
No, that's it.
And as a music fan, I don't think you can beat that.
That's it. Well, once you pick sort of the basic chords up, you can kind of embellish on them, and then kind of, you can kind of leave one finger off, so it, it kind of turns a basic chord into something a bit more kind of interesting on that, and you kind of, that's the way I sort of go about it, and you just trial and error really.
And again, with all the other guys coming up and playing their little bits while you're on there,
oh yeah,
you're learning from that, ain't you? I mean,
it.
the sax, Lucas comes on with the sax, plays a bit of sax,
great.
and it changes then the dynamics of your song, and you think, hey, I like that, I'm going down there as well.
That's it, yeah. Which is what happened tonight,
Exactly.
If you just play sort of you on your own, you've just got one rhythm to play to and that, but then when people start coming in and start weaving in and out and that, then you can kind of drop the rhythm and play along to them and then build it up again when the drums and stuff and that, so it's great, and I've only learnt that since I've come over here, because before I came over here I'd never played live, I've never played with a band or anything, just
And do you know what Calic was playing while you was? Do you know what he's playing? Can of Coke. He's got a can of Coke. And he's doing that with a can of Coke. They'll pick up a bottle. Musicians will get music from anything.
That's it. Yeah.
Different class, mate.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Different class. Right, superb, Stu.
Okay.
For now, have you got any albums out, by the way?
I haven't got anything out. I didn't think you did. I'm hopefully. I'm going in to record a bit of an EP with hopefully Andy.
Yes.
And see what comes out of that really, and that so. But it's just not so much time; it's sort of money really.
Yeah, I know.
That, so
anyone that wants to hook up with you, they go like Stu Jennings, Twitter, Facebook, website.
Yeah.
What you got, mate?
I'm on Facebook. Just Stu Jennings. And that, message me or. That's about it really. That's sort of my social networking kind of
and open for all bookings up and down the country. Get on him.
Yeah, that's it.
Show for now.
Okay.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, Gab.
Thanks very much.
Problem.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Let's just sample the atmosphere at the Brown Lion.
Radio Music Project.
Can't beat a bit of sax, Lucas. That was brilliant, man.
Thank you.
How good is it linking up with all these guys? And it's different gravy, isn't it? The way I see it.
I mean, yeah, it's been amazing, to be honest. I mean, I've been coming down to Brown Line for it's gonna be a few years now.
Yeah.
About almost 2, actually. God, this time just flies past. Yeah, I mean, when I started to come down here, there was just Andy playing. I was living in the area, and it was like, from the first time, it was just a pure pleasure to play with Andy Bennett. And then, you know, other people started coming out, and it became, you know, quite honestly, one of the best jam nights I've ever been to. I mean, it's not your regular jam night. I mean, you've got people coming here to perform their own stuff. But it's kind of open. You can join them, which is, you know, it's not happening a lot around. I mean, most of the time on jam nights, you've got people playing covers. So you know, this is quite a unique night, and I've learned a lot here from Sam Rogers, who's been coming down as well. He's a superb sax player, and you know, a guy with a lot more experience than me. So, to be quite honest, I've been nicking whatever I could from him. I've been listening to him, and I've been, you know, trying to maybe not copy, because I don't like to copy, but, you know, catch certain things that he does and maybe implement that into my own playing. I mean, phrasing, especially musical phrasing, and I did learn a lot in the last year by coming here, by playing with all those different musicians. I mean, here among other places that I do, but most especially here, because I've been coming here like every Monday for the last almost 2 years, so it's just, you know.
Playing the guitar, playing the drums, playing all those different instruments, you playing the sax, you have to blow it. You must have lungs of steel.
Not really. I mean, I just lighted a cigarette, so that kind of speaks volumes, to be honest. But well, I guess I've got better lungs than most, to be honest. You know, I'm playing the sax, I'm smoking them. It does need playing the sax does need some, you know, quite a firm air support. But most of it is the control of the airflow and embouchure. That's really it. I mean, if I need to play loud, and most of the time I do, because I'm the only one here that's not mic'd. So it takes its toll. I mean, I'm completely drenched at the moment.
It's hot up there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But apart from that, it's control, like with anything else, to be honest.
I like the little Pink Panther at the end that you do.
Well, I do love that tune. It's a very, very nice tune. I like to play it.
And quality, that was a superb set that Calic just played. I mean, that was awesome. Finishing off with Songbird, which I have to say is one of my favourite songs, and I'll keep going on about it. But when you get the sax and when everybody comes in, that song is just different level.
Yeah, I mean, this song it's quite special. Like every Monday night, Calic used to finish the night with it, and it became kind of a tradition to finish the night with it, or at least play at the end of his set. And it's a song that really gets people moving. I mean, seriously, not only the audience, but, you know, all of us musicians.
I know, can tell.
And you know, it's a great vibe, just full of energy. And, you know, I do a solo here, solo there, but, you know, on this particular track, I mean, I love doing the riffs. I mean, they're simple, but they just fit there. They just fit there. It feels good to play them.
Most things in life that are simple are the greatest.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's how it is. Usually the simplest way it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Keep it nice and simple. Keep it fresh. Keep it happy, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's all about happiness, man.
Lucas, absolutely wicked. Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal.
Sports Radio Music Project.
And finally, Ended on a good one, Kelly?
Yeah, it's been a really good night at the Brown Lion. Andy played a blistering set, as did I. I know I'm saying it, so that's a bit biased. Thanks, Gav.
And hopefully it works. We've got that recorded. This is suck it and see it tonight.
So it's been extra special because Gabby's here, and I have to say, Mr. Paul Collins, is that right?
Yeah, it is.
He's the lad who supports real music, and the 1% is slowly going to become the 10% and the 20% because of people like him, and the real music and real songs will definitely shine through. And it's all about keeping on, doing what you got to do, and a big hat off to the people who come and listen, big hat off to the people who come and play, but a massive hat off to Gabby Cabba, Paul Collins, Sports Radio, and everything this lad does is from his heart and from his soul, and that's where we come from. So we're going to be brothers for life. And on that note, you'll hear me again on this Sports Radio thing, kid.
Well, on that note, I'm going to bed because I'm absolutely knackered.
I kept you up last night.
Cheers, mate.
God bless you.
Absolutely brilliant. Loved your set. Superb. Such a tune. And I can't wait, seriously, to get your music when you've recorded it, your new album, and Andy's, because that's going to blow the whole of the lid off everything, mate. It's top draw.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Your support is invaluable.
You know, mate.
Cheers, Gab.
Cheers, mate.
God bless you.
See you, brother. Cheers. Well, thanks for listening. Good night and God bless.
And so when you lose the things that made you ask you, the glittering goals that eat at you reside but don't ignite in you.